everyone, welcome to my channel Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to get right into my favorite reading, which is the 2020 outlook for you and your lover, and this is going to be for Leo. So this is your twin flames reading for 2020. It's just a general sort of outlook of what you might be going through with your lover, your soulmate, your twin flame. Now soulmates can be all kinds of relationships. You can have soulmates with you can have relatives, sisters that are soulmates, siblings, teachers. There are many different kinds of soulmates, but when we talk about a soulmate-lover connection, this is what we mean by a twin flame. When you burn brightly in each other's company, when you're attracted to each other. Nevertheless, not all twin flame connections are meant to be, right? And not all of them are in a positive state. So we're going to take a look at where your twin flame connection is going to be at this year, 2020, well, the year coming up rather, right? 2020, we're still in 2019. So let's see what the romance angels have as messages for you first. And then we're going to get into your animal spirits and your spread. All right, Leo, forgiving and learning. So as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Okay, so this is quite interesting. You have this. And then we're going to have true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. All right, Leo. Now, this can be for Leos who, this is going to be for Leos who are with someone, right? This is not for those of you who are calling in a twin flame, because I'm going to be pulling cards for you and for your person, all right? So, now, indeed, some of you may not be together physically, but we'll see what the cards say. But this is really a nice sort of opener, right? Forgiving and learning and true love. Now, let's get your animal spirits out. We're going to pull two from my new animal spirit deck. And by the way, this is the deck that I'm giving away for Christmas, guys. It's my first year on YouTube, and this is my first time giving away a Christmas gift, and this is what it's going to be, the Spirit Animal Oracle deck from Colette Baron Reed. And all you need to do to be in the running for that is to go ahead and be subscribed to my channel and to leave me a comment letting me know that you're interested in that deck. Okay, now, the lucky winner will receive a brand new deck delivered to them for Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, depending on where in the world you are. And of course, it doesn't matter where in the world you are. As long as you receive mail to your address, you are eligible for this drawing, okay? Because a lot of people were asking me, I'm from, another country. Am I allowed? Absolutely. This is a worldwide giveaway. All right, guys. Your card, first off, is Skunk Spirit. Know your worth. How cute. And then we're going to pull another one for you and your lover. And we have Squirrel Spirit. Oh, wow. So you two have two animal spirits that are very compatible. And of course, Squirrel Spirit is all about believing in yourself. I would definitely say that these are two earth spirits, if we were to categorize them with, in terms of an alchemical sort of element, right? So skunk and squirrel, how cute. We're going to get right into those two. Now with these two beautiful animal spirits, we have two earth spirits that are very compatible. Now the skunk spirit is talking about knowing your worth, of course, right? Because the skunk is actually a very sweet creature. I know a lot of people would say, oh, they have the smell and all of this, but the skunk is very unique. It is very cute and sweet, and it is a very sort of independent creature. And in this way, know your worth. Not everybody is going to understand you. Not everybody is going to see you the way you see yourself. Don't worry about what they think, right? Skunk Spirit is very idealistic and very individual, very unique and very beautiful. And you have worth, you have value. So this is a year of really being very sort of confident, right? And the same goes for the squirrel. Now, the squirrel is about believing in yourself, but it's a little bit different with the squirrel. The squirrel is a very hard worker. And what do we know about squirrels? They're constantly putting away those acorns for the winter, So sometimes a squirrel spirit comes in just to remind us, you are enough. You don't have to keep, as it were, hoarding, right? And so in this way, with regard to yourself, who you are is enough. You don't have to overcompensate with people, and you don't need to believe, feel like you need to be someone that you're not. And so in this way, you guys are both resonating with really strong self-confidence this year, and also individuality, right? Very unique, very individual. I think you're going to, one or the other, one of you is going to be working very hard this year, and the other one is going to be very much supporting you in that. And the other one is going to be wanting a lot of self-esteem, sort of support, and you're going to be able to do that for them. And in this way, you guys are very, very compatible. So let's get your spread out. We're going to go ahead and pull out 6 cards, and these are going to be how you see yourself, how your person sees themselves, how you both see each other, and how you see the relationship, okay? And this is, of course, for the year of 2020. And I wouldn't be surprised that true love is on deck for these two spirits because, again, they are so similar and so simpatico, right? You guys have, whoever you're with, Leo, is going to be someone who thinks a lot like you do. You guys have the same type of practicality to life. And yes, there's little nuances and differences, but it is one of these relationships that is equal. And I think that, Leo, you're going to be giving your partner a lot of what they need, just as they also give you a lot of what you need. You guys are very sort of balanced in how you sort of will support each other, right? Motivate each other, and ultimately to love each other. So, again, you know this reading can't be for all Leos. It just take what resonates with you. All right, so out the gate, 10 of Pentacles for you, and your person is the King of Wands. How nice. You see them as the Chariot, and they see you as the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. You see your relationship with them as Magician energy, and they see it as a 10 of Wands. Wow. Okay. Very, very nice. At the bottom of the deck, you have Justice. So justice can indicate like ceremonies happening. Absolutely, right? Ceremonies. But it's a balancing. Justice definitely talks about balance coming in, right? Wow, this really feels very nice, actually, guys. Let's get right into it. How you see yourself and how your person sees themselves, right? Well, you see yourself as having a wealth of everything. You feel this year, Leo, like you are just wealthy. 10 of Pentacles talks about having wealth, but having wealth on all levels. And the relationship is what has brought you to 10 of Pentacles. The one you're with this year, Leo, really feels like this is true love. And it's like it's like this person is the missing piece, right? 10 of Pentacles, although it is a Pentacles card, it is associated with the earthly plane. 10, of course, is completion. And with all the suits, love is still part of it. And certainly with 10 of Pentacles, we see what has taken the person from a 9 of Pentacles, which is still abundance and wealth, up to a 10 is that is the connection with people. It's the connection with a twin flame or lover, someone that you can live your life with. It's the wealth of relationships, the wealth of human connections, the wealth of family. Right? That's the final piece to having the whole package, right? Being blessed with family, and this is how you feel. Leo, your partner feels like King of Wands. They are very much feeling very ambitious this year. They are feeling on top of the world. They're coming with a lot of fire energy, and this is what I mean. Even though these two are very earthy sort of animal spirits, they're both earthy, and they're both very simpatico. Just because you're a Leo doesn't mean you're not, earthy or down to earth, right? We all have a little bit of all of the elements in us. In your relationship, this is how you guys are relating. This is the energy or the animal spirit for your relationship this year. That doesn't take anything away from your fiery spirit, Leo. And it certainly doesn't take anything away from your lover's fiery spirit either, because they're resonating with King of Wands, right? And, the King of Wands is like, he's on top of his game. He's certainly the leader. So your person is definitely the dominant one, I would say, in the relationship, Leo. And it's, you're fine with that because you love them and they're smart and intelligent and you guys get along very well. And, Leo has no problem allowing their partner to be the dominant one in the relationship if they have enough respect for them. And you certainly do, because your person is resonating with really strong energy. I wouldn't be surprised if they're sort of an artistic individual, but at the same time, very dominant, very much a leader, This person may even be like a leader in their field. I wouldn't be surprised if they're sort of quirky, right? Because the King of Wands is a little quirky. You know, he's not the King of Pentacles. He's not the businessman, but he is the leader. You know what I mean? He is the one that sort of lead, and he's the leader who leads by example. He's the leader in terms of really following his ambitions and his purpose. He's the purposeful one. He's the one who believes in the individual, and he believes in being unique and being creative and being your own sort of person. And he leads people in the sense that he wants his people, or those that he sort of leads, right? Those that he's the king of, to be that way too. And so in this way, the King of Wands is really a good person in terms of encouraging you, right? And certainly know your worth, skunk energy. Whoever in the relationship is resonating with that. I pulled 2 cards because it could be vice versa. You know, right now I feel like both of you resonate with either or energies at the different times of the year, right? Or will be. In any case, this is a really nice connection here. Now, how do you guys see each other? You see your person as Chariot, and they see you as the Wheel of Fortune. Well, you two believe that your lives are meant to be together, of course. You know, you see them as chariots, so it's like you see your life and your path for your life's ambition, including them. You know, this is when you're with somebody and you see your future, including that person, and it's realistic. You know, we're not just talking about, you know, in the future, hopefully we'll be together. This is seeing your future with somebody because you are so well matched with them, and you guys get along on such a grand level. I'm going to say this year you see them also as the Chariot, Leo, because this is going to be a really big year for you following your dreams and going after your ambitions. And you're with the perfect person because King of Wands is very enthusiastic in this way and supportive. And a lot of you are going to be making plans this year for taking sort of the next big steps in your life, right? 2020 is a huge year for a lot of people. It's just turning out to be that way. You know, you'd have to speak to an astrologer to know, for them to tell you what planetary aspects are involved. But I know as a tarot reader, and for the readings that I've been doing and the way the energies are ramping up, 2020 is going to be a very sort of decisive year for a lot of people. In terms of, a lot of people are at a crossroads, and where you decide to go with 2020 and how you decide to push forward, I feel strongly is going to really set the tone for the next, 5 to 10 years for a lot of people. And so in this way, you are really very much planning this, and your person sees you as the Wheel of Fortune. So they see having met you and being with you as like the greatest fortune, as just destiny, as fortuitous. They feel absolutely lucky to have you in their life, and so this is a very mutual sort of understanding. You guys are both also thinking about the future, because the Wheel of Fortune is also talking about taking opportunities. And your person this year is probably resonating with a lot of good luck. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys take a look at the 2020 general readings that I did, outlooks. Leo is having a grand year, and there are certain signs that are very sort of compatible with Leo. For instance, if you're dealing with a Sagittarius, because Wheel of Fortune is associated with the planet Jupiter, right? So signs that are ruled by Jupiter could be said to be connected with this card, like Sagittarius, for instance. And I believe there is another sign that has Jupiter, and maybe Taurus. I believe Taurus might have Jupiter as one of its co-rulers. Again, I'm not an astrologer, but Wheel of Fortune is associated with Jupiter energy. The Chariot is, of course, Cancerian energy. But in any case, I try not to mention the star signs because honestly, people, it's really like a red herring to be told that, because we are not just our sun signs. We are an entire natal chart. And to even begin to think and to compare and to sort of put people in categories based on only knowing their sun sign is really like a road to misunderstandings and basically nowhere, When I mention the zodiac signs, I mention them so that you can understand the essence that we're dealing with here. Just like Chariot, example, Chariot is associated with Cancer. That doesn't mean at all that you're dealing with a Cancer. A lot of people will say that because it's a very quick and easy way to try to tell you who they think you're with. But it's really very impossible to say who you might be dealing with because, like I said, people are more than just their sun sign, they're a natal chart. So that would be like me intuiting somebody's entire natal chart, which I'm not a psychic. However, the chariot is associated with Cancer, and here what we see the essence of is preparation. The one thing that Cancers really love to do is that they love to nest, and they love to prepare, and they love to have the right environment for their family to prosper. They work very hard for that. There is that essence in the chariot because the chariot hasn't engaged yet. The chariot is, when a chariot comes up in a reading, is talking about preparing the path. You're at a stage where you're preparing everything. You're getting your ducks in a row, right? So that once the chariot is engaged, it's on the right path and it takes you to where you want to go. But chariot energy comes in when you're preparing the road, when you're doing things that you need to do towards that path, to have the path ready. You may be in the process of clearing obstacles on your path so that when you're ready to go, it goes smoothly, right? When you're ready to really sort of engage the chariot and you're off on your sort of, you're off to sort of achieve your goal, right? Before you take those actual first steps, you have to prepare certain things sometimes. Sometimes it means preparation just for your emotional and mental state. It could be preparation in terms of getting your education, whatever the case may be. And this is what we mean by the chariot being associated with Cancer, because this is an essence of Cancer, this ability to have everything sort of get the best potential out of everything or surrounding, the family, home life, or the relationship, etc., so that it can flourish the best way possible. So this is an example of it, right? This isn't, and like I said, it means nothing about whether or not you're dealing with a Cancer. Now here we have Wheel of Fortune, and this is associated with Jupiter. So again, you may be dealing with somebody who's this year going to be resonating with a lot of good luck Jupiter energy, right? And so one of the readings for the 2020 outlook was for Sagittarius, by the way, and they and for Leo and Aries, they all had very, very good luck, very much good luck coming out. A lot of good luck coming out this following year, this 2020 period. Again, so this is how you guys are seeing each other. This is very, very perfect. Very sort of on the same level, And how do you guys see the relationship? This is quite interesting. You see Magician energy and they see it as 10 of Wands. So you feel really like it is easy to you. This relationship is a very easy one. In the sense that you don't feel like, Leo, you probably have had recent relationships or relationships before this one where they were just so much work, so much effort. You had to you had to pull every sort of talent and skill you have out of the box to be able to deal with them. But this relationship you have with them is absolutely not like that. It just feels effortless and perfect, because the Magician energy is like when you are just so like at the top of your game, you know what I mean? You have access to all your skills, you're utilizing them in perfect concert, and things just come to you much easier, and much, the things you manifest and the things you do, the way you carry yourself is done with such sort of like ease and flair and panache and sort of natural ability. Well, if this is how you feel about your relationship, then it's very good indeed. And your person feels 10 of Wands, so they feel like this relationship has allowed them to unburden themselves from a lot. It could very well be that you have been a real sort of spiritual support to this person. Could be that your person has come out of a period before they were with you that was really oppressive, and being with you is allowing them to lay that down. Because 10 of Wands talks about oppression, right? But it talks about the end of oppression. It's the end of oppression, right? And so this is what you're feeling, what your person feels. They feel like being with you is the end of a period of their time, of their lives, where they have just felt oppressed and unhappy, and again, I'm not surprised why they see you as the Wheel of Fortune. And I'm going to say, for some of you Leos, I really feel that this is a new relationship. I think this is a new relationship, and if you're not in this already, you will be meeting this person very quickly toward the beginning of the year, because this is an outlook on you and your twin flame throughout 2020, and you definitely come into 2020 with this person, but this is a new relationship. So unless you or you may have met maybe in the last couple months, right? But it would have been only in the last couple months. This is not like necessarily a relationship I feel that's been going for 2 or 3 years, right? This is certainly a relationship that is less than a year old. And if anything, I think it's going to be very, very sort of like a new, fresh relationship. Let me pull some clarifiers. And I say this because just the nature of the cards, like you are really preparing your future with this person. You know, you have a completion, 10. They have a completion, Wheel of Fortune, 10, and 10 of Wands. So a lot of, you know, for both of you, coming into this relationship has felt like a completion from a previous life. And so I do feel strongly that this is going to be a new relationship, Leo, that comes into your world either anytime between now, literally anytime between right now and the new year, right in the first month of 2020. Unless you've already just engaged in this. And justice has come out in a sense to show you all the balance that will be there, but I wouldn't be surprised if marriage is on the offering. 6 of Swords and 2 of Wands. 7 of Cups and 6 of Wands. Wow. Okay, bottom of the deck, Prince of Discs. All right, so Prince of Discs is the same as the Knight of Discs, and this is really talking about achieving a goal, right? It's goal orientated. Of course, this does talk about money and finance and career, but the Prince of Discs, or rather the Knight of Discs, more than anything, he's about he's about tenacity, right? You see the bull there, it's associated with Taurus energy. It's tenacity. It's the understanding that you have to stick with things. You know, you have to be disciplined, but you have to stick with them. You have the, you know, the endurance and the purpose and the determination to manifest anything. And that's really the thing with Prince of Discs, you know, or rather Knight of Discs in the traditional deck. You know, it's this ability to stick with things, this ability to be committed, wholeheartedly committed to a task. And so this year, I think you guys are both generally committed to each other, committed to your lives and your projects. It's a really nice cooperative spirit here with this new relationship, Leo. And I think this is why this has come up for you as a 2020 outlook, because you would say, well, okay, it's all great and all that. So, but this is why I believe, because it is a new relationship, and this reading was really a message to let some of you guys know, if you're resonating with this, that this is a good union. You should definitely be putting your effort into this, right? If you haven't, which you probably have already decided that you would, because the true love is there. You guys feel like you are absolutely in love with this person. Now, let me take a look at your clarifiers, and then I'll take a look at theirs. Your clarifiers, 6 of Swords and 2 of Wands. 6 of Swords is like harmony and communication and understanding. It's when you are around people and environments where everything is in harmony, and it's in such harmony, you work in such good concert, such efficient and happy and harmonious concert. It's the card for science, you know? It's like it's a science almost, because you guys are so finely tuned to each other and focused to the same objective. And when everyone is focused and to the same objective, and they are all equally respectful of each other, you can see all the swords are basically taking up an equal portion, right? This idea of mutual respect and understanding comes to mind. And so this is why 6 of Swords, in a traditional deck, this card is the card with the boat, where you see the 2 figures sort of leaving in the boat with the 6 swords in the boat. It's an intention and a desire for harmony, right? For working in harmony, for being around those people in your life who work in harmony with you, for being with people who are of like mind, who have equal respect for each other. And so therefore, any kind of communication with them is always going to be sort of progressive or positive, or even if you disagree, you agree to disagree. There's a harmony there, right? And harmony doesn't mean that you kiss each other's asses. It means that you can communicate with each other without it turning into a fucking nightmare. You know, how many people do you know nowadays that you can actually communicate with, you know, I mean, you know, just to even have a healthy debate without somebody getting their feathers ruffled or getting upset, or somebody's offended. It's just like, or somebody becomes offensive purposefully, you know, it's just very difficult nowadays to find that. But you found it with this person. And 2 of Wands, you absolutely want to move forward with this connection. Is Mars and Aries energy. You have all the desire in the world to move forward with them. You see them in your future, and this year is a year with this person that you feel like, oh yeah, I want to lock this down, Leo. Now, your person has 7 of Cups and 6 of Wands. 7 of Cups talks about being delusional in a lot of ways, wishing for things, being wishful. I think your person, this is quite interesting because Seven of Cups does talk about sort of wasting time, right? Wasting time on sort of relationships that are really not what you think they are. Wasting time on relationships that are unachievable, or on wishes and desires that are unachievable, and so it all becomes very stagnant, right? I really believe like your person, before they met you, really felt like they were, I'm gonna say, like they had a dream of this type of relationship, but I think they felt like it was unrealistic, right? I really do, because for Seven of Cups to come in over this Wheel of Fortune, I feel like your person, here we go, look, it's so cute. They really did have a dream for their lives, for a relationship, Seven of Cups, that I think they thought for a really long time was just not going to happen, right? It was like a fairy tale almost in their minds, Seven of Cups generally, though, it's debauch. When you just follow sort of delusional thinking, it can become very destructive and rotten. But here we're talking about somebody who had a wish and a dream for a certain type of relationship, and the Wheel of Fortune came into their lives and actually brought them what they wanted. And it's a case of it's like a fairy tale case to them, right? With the Seven of Cups, like you are a fairy tale relationship that they probably never thought for a second that they could find. They may have been staying in a relationship, could also have been before they met you, that they stayed in a relationship that was basically very unhappy because what they truly desired, they didn't think they were going to get. Wheel of Fortune has come in, which is why they associate this with you, and they have a victory. They're like, oh my God, I can't believe I found my Leo. This is like the Wheel of Fortune turning for me. You know what I mean? And so even like they may not even know anything about tarot or what have you, Leo, but it's like, this is why they feel like they're so lucky and that you are like such a godsend, like the universe has sent you to them, because you have really, in a sense, answered this sort of pie in the sky like wish that they had. Some of us wish for things we know are unattainable, but we still wish for them. We know it's unrealistic. This idea of, oh yeah, I'd love to have a relationship with somebody who's beautiful and intelligent, is great in bed and fun to hang out with, They don't embarrass me or themselves. They're open-minded, like this perfect person, right, for you, right? Who loves you the way the perfect person in your life would love you, right? They look exactly, people always dream about that and fantasize about that, right? But it's almost as if your person did that and then you showed up and here's their victory, Six of Wands. They feel so incredible about having met you. Because Six of Wands over Wheel of Fortune is absolutely a win, Like a win and a feeling for them like, oh, wow, I can't believe it. I really won because I got the woman of my dreams. It's like cute. It's like when you see on those talk shows when they talk to people and when they talk to a couple and they say, well, how did you guys meet? What did you think? And, one person says, well, I never thought I would meet them. I always wanted to meet somebody like them. I never thought I would meet them. Then I met them and I just feel so lucky, blah, blah, blah. It's like really like one of those moments, Leo. And I think this year is a year where you guys are really going to be enjoying each other. You're going to be helping each other with that skunk and squirrel energy. And forgiving and learning is up, true, also, because I think this is a love reading, and this is letting you know how strong this love is. But there is a lot of different things that you guys will be dealing with this year. You guys are having, both of you are having a lot of ambitious plans. You're both working towards something. You have Chariot energy, so you have a plan you're working towards, right? There is forgiving and learning, so there may be some family healing that you guys are helping each other with. There's going to be some of, it's not a perfect year per se. It's going to be some changes, some ups and downs, and some lessons. But it's like you two are together through all of this, and it feels so good. It feels so nice, and definitely I think for some of you by the end of the year you will be thinking about getting married. All right, guys, this is your reading for 2020. Leo, Aries is already up. This is yours. I hope you did resonate with you. If it did, please like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to let me know if you're a subscriber whether or not you want to be in a drawing for the Spirit Animal Oracle deck, which is so beautiful. And those are the cards that I am using now in my love readings. But for right now, Leo, have a wonderful 2019 and absolutely enjoy this new true love for 2020. Bye-bye.